and it's up to us to make the decision of what we're going to do. And I would like to call your attention to the book of Galatians. Galatians chapter 5, verses 16 and 17. And at any point, if you have any questions, want to say anything, you can stop me. I'm all ears to what you have to say as well. Galatians 5, verses 16 and 17. And it reads, "This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lusts of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things which ye would." And I would also like to read this from the Amplified version. It's a version that I like, and I like the way it breaks it down. It says, "But I say, walk and live habitually in the Holy Spirit, respond to and controlled and guided by the Spirit. Then you will certainly not gratify the cravings and desires of the flesh, of human nature without God. For the desires of the flesh are opposed to the Holy Spirit, and the desires of the Spirit are opposed to the flesh, godless and human nature. For these are antagonistic to each other, continually withstanding and in conflict with each other, so that you are not free, but are prevented from doing what you desire to do." And if I was to interpret that, I would say you can't do what you want to do when you belong to God. And if I was to use for a topic, I would use tug of war. And we're all familiar with the game tug of war when we were in school during field day. We had the long rope. If I can use for an example, the rope. Like you get my sisters to hold the rope for me, two of y'all, if y'all don't mind. We all are familiar with the rope. And the object of tug of war is to see who's going to win. And it's usually something in the middle to wherein whoever wins, the other one, the opposing one, gets knocked on the inside. And in the spirit, we all in a fight for our lives. We're in a fight to be saved. As I stated earlier, we're in a fight to move forward. We're in a fight that even if we do fall in the middle, or even if we do fall in sin, or even if we come subject to whatever we fall into, we have the choice to either get up or stay down. And Paul was saying here that we walk not after the flesh, but we are supposed to live in the spirit and be guided by the spirit. And when we do those things, we will not come subject to the works of the flesh. We will not easily fall prey to what the enemy has for us, because the desires of the flesh are opposed to the spirit. Means it's a constant fight all the time. And I like the way my father puts it. He said there's a war going on in my body all the time. The spirit against the flesh. The spirit against the flesh is pulled against each other. The spirit against the flesh all the time. Whether I want to do right or whether I want to do wrong. Whether I'm going to be saved or whether I'm not. Whether I'm going to tell a lie to get out of my trouble, or whether I'm going to tell the truth and face the consequences of whatever it was that I did. It's always a constant battle between the spirit versus the flesh. And the question is, who's going to win the war? The spirit is supposed to win, but 9 times out of 10, if we be honest with ourselves, the flesh outrules the spirit, when it's supposed to be the spirit ruling against the flesh. And we know we all are faced with different things growing up, going to school. We all have temptations, whether we're going to go to that party, whether we're going to take that drink, whether we're going to smoke that cigarette, whether we're going to do whatever it is, because we have choices, especially when our parents aren't around. We feel like we have the choice. Yay, I'm free now. I can do whatever it is that I want to do. And that flesh is steady tugging. Come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. And the enemy, the thing is, the enemy is not showing you the consequences of your actions. The enemy is not showing you the destruction of bad